All right, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into something pretty unique.
Yeah.
A global conference focusing on grace preservation
Okay.
and cultivating gratitude.
Interesting.
And get this, it's all happening at the Abu Dhabi Energy Center.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating juxtaposition, isn't it? I mean, we think of Abu Dhabi and we think of,
Or energy.
yeah, energy, oil, that sort of thing, not necessarily,
Grace.
yeah, grace and gratitude.
So it's definitely a bit of a head scratcher, right?
It is.
I mean, what's the connection?
Yeah, well, let's dig into that.
Yeah.
So I was looking through the source material for this conference, and one thing that jumped out at me was the language they're using. It's very much focused on action, right? They talk about proactive partners, strengthening efforts, spreading the culture of gratitude. So it seems like they're not just talking about
Feeling good.
yeah, feeling good.
Yeah.
It's about actually doing something, right?
Taking action.
Taking action, making a change.
Now, when they say grace preservation,
Right.
what exactly do they mean by that?
Yeah, that's a really interesting phrase, isn't it?
It is.
Grace preservation. It makes you think about grace as something that can be lost.
Oh,
Or like a resource.
like a resource.
Like a finite thing.
Exactly. Like it's something precious that needs to be protected.
Okay. So how does gratitude fit into all this?
Well, the conference seems to be saying that cultivating gratitude is the key to preserving grace.
I see.
You know, it's like,
It replenishes it.
exactly. It replenishes that well of goodwill, that positive energy.
Fascinating.
So it's not just about, feeling thankful for what we have.
Like
It's
that.
about recognizing that gratitude can actually be a powerful force for positive change.
Okay, so we're talking about like a global impact here.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
There's all this research showing how gratitude can impact
Our well-being.
our well-being, our relationships, our
Yeah.
communities.
Even on a bigger scale. Even on a bigger scale, right?
Right.
Like, imagine if countries approached international relations with a foundation of gratitude, acknowledging shared challenges.
Task cooperation.
Past cooperation, yeah. Instead of just focusing on the differences all the time.
Yeah, that's a very different way of looking at things.
Yes, isn't it?
So this conference, it's not some distant future thing.
No, not at all.
It's happening November 26th and 27th, 2024.
Yeah, just a few weeks away.
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
It is.
Makes you wonder who's going to be there.
Right. Well, given the location and the theme,
Yeah.
I imagine you'll have people from all sorts of different backgrounds.
Like who?
Well, obviously you'd expect energy leaders, policymakers.
Right.
But I also wouldn't be surprised to see philosophers, spiritual leaders,
Oh, interesting.
maybe even artists and musicians.
Really? Why artists and musicians?
Well, because, art and music are often expressions of gratitude.
That's true.
And they can be powerful ways to connect with people on an emotional level.
You know what else is interesting? The invitation to the conference literally says, be with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're encouraging people to participate,
Interesting.
even if they can't be there in Abu Dhabi.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about attending the conference.
It's about engaging with the ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even if you can't physically be there, you can still follow the discussions online, see what resonates with you,
Right.
and most importantly,
Think about
how you can cultivate gratitude in your own life.
yeah, and maybe even inspire others to do the same.
Exactly.
So just to recap, we've got a global conference on gratitude
right.
happening in a place known for energy just a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
And with an open invitation to everyone.
That's pretty amazing.
Really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
About the power of gratitude.
Absolutely. And it makes me wonder,
What?
think about a time when someone expressed sincere gratitude towards you. How did it make you feel?
It always makes me feel good.
Right.
Like
Appreciated, valued.
Yeah.
And maybe it even changed your perspective in some way. Perhaps that feeling,
Multiplied by millions.
yeah, multiplied countless times over.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what this conference is really all about.
I like that.
Yeah.
A global ripple effect of gratitude.
Exactly.
That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us today.
It was a pleasure to be here.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good. All right, take care.
You too.